a good day. Hope you're doing well. I did not hop on here on Monday and do a podcast because I've actually been really, really sick. I shouldn't say like really, really. That's maybe exaggerating for people that deal with some pretty intense things. But I talked about last time how I've been dealing with stomach issues. Well, since then, I don't know if I knew this since then, but since then, I went and saw an allergy specialist and got told that I was allergic to milk, eggs, wheat, and soy. And over this last weekend, I had some foods with those things in it, which I had been having. I don't really know what's going on, but all Saturday day into Sunday morning, and then all Monday morning into Tuesday, and then a little bit today on Wednesday, just sick and living off of like popsicles and broth. And last night was the first time I had some real food, and it's kind of sat okay. And I've made sure that since then I haven't eaten any foods with those things in it, like with my allergies, and I think that's maybe why I'm kind of okay today. It's like hit or miss, and I'm not going to go into details because it's gross. But it's a really weird place to be because like I'm actually really hungry. Like I want to eat. And aside from like the GI issues, I'm fine, but I'm exhausted because I'm not eating. Like yesterday with the broth, and I finally, like I said, a banana, I had I think like 400 calories total for the whole day. And the day before I only had like 150, maybe it was 200. I've been tracking everything that I eat. So it's been really, really rough. I've been trying to go on walks if I feel okay enough, even if it's only for like 5 minutes. But that hasn't even happened every day. And so I had this whole episode last week that I was going to line up for this week talking about coaching and the kind of coach that you should look for when you're going to a gym. And I feel like I just can't even bring myself to talk about that today because it's just not where I'm at. It's not life. Like if I'm not eating, I'm fine. But if I eat something, I'm really just not fine. I don't know. I see the GI specialist on Friday. Friday can't get here soon enough. Haven't been at work. Haven't gone to jiu-jitsu because I'm so tired. I'm like, my body is so physically exhausted because it doesn't have anything in it. It doesn't have anything left. I spent most of the day sleeping yesterday, either in the bathroom or sleeping. Yeah, but hopefully once I get all the foods with the allergens out of my system, maybe I'll be okay. I don't know. It just kind of seems like a whole new set of symptoms, a whole new set of issues, or like the old issues are heightened. And I'm trying not to pump my body full of medicine, like have a bunch of medicine that I'm prescribed that I can take. And yeah, I could probably take all of it and feel a little bit better and go to work and function for a couple of days, but I've been pumping my body full of that medicine for almost 2 years, and I just feel like that can't be that healthy in the long run. So trying not to, I don't know. It's one of those things where like this is not a big deal compared to people that are dealing with really big health issues, but then at the same time, like it really, really affects my life. Like I don't leave the house because I never know if I'm going to need the restroom. And being stuck out in public in a public restroom with these issues is not, like, I won't do it. So I kind of wanted to hop on here and share what's been going on, and that's why I'm not on social media. Like my time right now is spent trying to be okay enough to take care of my kids and like be a wife for my husband and just get through the day, that I think social media is silly. And I feel like sharing it on social media is silly. Like the whole world doesn't even know what I'm dealing with. It feels kind of attention seeking, and I know I'm sharing it here and I've talked about that before, but I want to share it because I want to, I guess, guess there is a part of me that wants to share so that if somebody's listening and they're dealing with something similar, they just know that they're not alone, because I know that stuff like this can feel really, really lonely, and it can be really hard. And I've not been the most positive. I've cried a lot. My husband has been a saint. He's the best guy there is. I'm gonna get all emotional thinking about it. I'm really lucky to have him. But it's hard. And I think everybody has their own hard, right? Like, everybody goes through something, everybody deals through something. Like, maybe it's not a health issue, maybe it's a financial issue, or maybe you're walking through a divorce, or maybe something happened with your house and it keeps breaking. Like, we all kind of walk through seasons of, like, when we're walking through something really, really hard and when we're doing okay, right? Like, mountains and valleys, that's just how life is. And I always heard somebody say, like, if it's not raining where you are now, just know that it's around the corner at some point. And that's not to constantly be doom and gloom, but, like, nothing lasts forever. That's kind of what my husband and I always say. So, if it's bad, it's not going to last forever. And if it's good, it's probably not going to last forever. And that's okay. That's just the way that life is. And so I wanted to hop on here and just talk about the fact that, like, I've been trying, as I'm going through all of this, to just do something every day to bring a little bit more physical health into my body. And that's just what I want to encourage you guys. Like, for me, even if I feel like I'm stuck in bed and I can't get out, my main thing is I will force myself to sit outside for at least 5 to 10 minutes in the sun. Like, so since Friday, like, there have been times where I'm like, I can't even function, but I'm like, no, go sit outside, get some fresh air, take a deep breath, put your phone down, don't listen to anything. If the kids want to come outside and run around while you're sitting out there, fine, at least you're with them, you're not locked in your bedroom or in the bathroom. And just get some sunshine, get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, clear your head, take a deep breath, and just know that it's, one way or another, it's going to be okay. Like, it might not feel like it's okay, and it might not really be okay, but, like, something my husband and I have been talking about is that you have to realize what you can control and what you can't control. And I think that just applies to anything that you're walking through in life. It can be health and fitness, it can be financial, it can be marital, it can be relational, it can be emotional. And, I can't control that my body is doing this and this is happening, but I can control how I treat my family. I can control, that I go outside and sit. I can control that I take a minute to smile. I can control a lot of things. And so I just want to encourage you that if you're walking through something hard, or even if you're in a really good place in life right now and you're like, man, finally things are going really well, I'm really happy, I'm really stable, then focus on those things you can control and find people to talk to those things about. Like, so I have, the gym here in the garage where I coach people, but I also do it all online as well. So for our entire Driven Fitness community, we have a platform where we, like, talk and meet, and then we have an accountability group. And so every evening, all the members pick 1 to 5 things, and you can't have more than 5, but you have to have at least 1. And they check in every night saying whether they did or didn't do that thing. And there's no punishment if they didn't. It's just kind of like a reality check when you have to admit to people that you didn't do that thing. But they're all things that they can control. So for some people, it's their nutrition. For some people, it's did they work out. For some people, it's all of it. Some people, they'll track their outside time, their water, their nutrition, their workouts, and their sleep. I know for a lot of people, we can't control sleep. Parenting. But for some people, they can to a degree, right? And so, I think that's one thing that's been really helpful is my accountability with our members is outside time. And no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what's going on, no matter how sick I am, I know that I can pick myself up and sit my butt in a chair outside. And it's typically early in the morning when it's still cool out because it's 1,000 degrees here in Texas. It's been like 104 every afternoon. But I go, I sit outside 5 to 10 minutes. Like Saturday it ended up being like 20 minutes, and I felt so much better just sitting outside and doing that thing. And it felt really good to be able to check in with everybody at the end of the night and say I did my outside time and have that accountability. So I just want to encourage you, whatever you're walking through, find something that you know you can control and hold on to it, because those are the things that matter. And that's something I've learned, is that's how the most successful people become successful, is because they're like, hey, I can control, these are all the variables that I can control, and so I'm going to grab hold of them. I'm going to grab hold of the things I can control. I'm going to hold on to them for dear life, and I'm going to do them, and I'm going to let go of the things I can't control, because I can't control it. I can't change it. I can't fix it. I can't make it better. I can't make it different. So they spend less time worrying, less time ruminating, less time being stuck on those things that they can't control, and they become successful because they grab a hold of the things that they can. So this is a completely different talk, and it's going to be a lot shorter because I still don't feel great. But it's okay. It's going to be a lot shorter than usual. But I just want to encourage you guys, find what you can control. And I think I've talked about this before in some of the other podcasts. There's like a drill that you can do, and I've done it multiple times for different things. And I read it in Jason Khalipa's book called AMRAP Mentality. It's a fantastic book. And he said, draw 2 circles, and in the one on the right, write down everything you can control. And the one on the left, write down everything you can't control, pertaining to whatever situation you're struggling with. So maybe it's your health and fitness and you're not losing weight the way you want to, or maybe it's your marriage, maybe it's your finances. And write down everything you can and can't control, and then look at them, read them out loud, look at the circles, and let go of the one you can't control, and then pin up the one that you can and begin to focus on that and begin to, hone in on that. And so that's kind of been what I've been trying to do, where I've been at, and what's been going on. And to be honest, I can't even wrap my mind around doing social media or any of that stuff right now. I almost didn't do this week, but I was like, no, you told yourself you would. And you can sit in a chair and hop on and share some things with people. It will be okay. But we all struggle. We're all human. I struggle. We struggle. I'm not perfect. I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. I don't know. Life happens. This is real life. And I feel like people don't share it enough. And just know that I'm here for you. And I'm still here for our community. I'm still trying to pour into all of our driven members, and trying to show up for you guys the best that I can. But just know that I'm here for you. So if you need something, you can reach out. But I want to challenge you this week to just find something that you can control and grab onto it, and find a buddy, a friend, a spouse, whatever, and share that with that person. Build that accountability with one another, and I think you'll start to feel better about whatever it is that you're dealing with, because I know that I do. But you guys are amazing. Thank you for listening. Hopefully after this appointment on Friday with the specialist, I'll get some answers, or I'll get a direction, and I'll start feeling a lot better, so that I can get back to the point of this podcast. The point of this podcast, I guess, is just to share everything with you guys, from health, fitness, marriage, whatever, but mostly health and fitness. That was my goal. So hopefully next week I'll be back on talking about coaching, how to find a coach, how to pick a coach, making sure you have a coach, the importance of a good coach, and kind of moving on from there. But you guys are amazing. I love all of you, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.